Luke again, aka KR's Taylor. I was kind of chatting with a guildie. Sorry about that. But anyway, in this video, I'm continuing my part series and talking about in this video raid setups that you might want to run, or I run. Just fixing it up to where it'll be all set and I can explain it. So give me one sec, and we'll get started. Alright, so this setup is what I call the Phantasmal armor setup, because, well, that's the only thing I did was move the, if you saw my last video, moved Warden out and put Phantasmal armor in. Not only because it's a great ability, but it gives you the ability to look like that. I mean, come on, seriously, who doesn't want to look like that? Anyway, okay, so what we're going to talk about is the abilities, and then I'll cover the ability tiers I took, and yeah, maybe we'll learn a little something. Alright, so the first ability is Tier 4 Bolster I took. It's a heal over time ability, targeted, and you start with 2 charges. You can either choose to throw 2 hots on one target, or you can separate them out and put 1 hot on 2 targets, so each. Essentially, its main usage as the Esper is just side point generation. The healing is a plus, but that's essentially what I use it for. And kind of show you what it looks like. Yeah, that's basically it. It heals you for a little bit. Next ability is Soothe. It's a charged ability. It has what it does is it heals you and 4 most injured allies, so it's a smart heal. And it's a charged ability, meaning you click it, right, and it charges. Those 3 dots at the bottom one is charge 1, 2 is charge 2, and so on and so forth. But what it does is you can spam it, as you see me doing here, and it still heals, but it won't generate any side points. But if you hold it charge 2, you get 1 side point, and of course you hold it all the way, you get charge 3, which is 2 side points. Sorry, I had to grab a drink. Alright, so that's Bolster, Tier 4, and Soothe, Tier 4. Next one is Reverie, Tier 4. Now, as you pan out the camera a little bit here, as you can see, this is a huge telegraph. It's 25 meters from you is what it heals. It is a finisher. And then, depending on what side points you have at the time, it determines how much health you will heal, as well as how much focus that heal takes. So it's most optimal to use it at 5 side points. However, using it a little bit less is not bad. It's just not going to heal as much. That's all that means. Keep in mind, it does heal 10 targets, yourself included. So, just sort of keep that in mind. Your positioning and making sure you're in range of your allies. That way they get to heal. So next ability is Phantasmal Armor. What that does is it places an absorb on one target, gives them interrupt armor, um, and yeah, it's pretty nice. Um, it's pretty significant absorb. As you can see with the tooltip, it says 14,804 absorb. It's based off your support power, obviously. But yeah, so a couple neat little things you can do with this ability is you place it on a target, that way they don't get stunned, um, and or rooted, etc., etc. So it's a pretty nice ability. It requires you to have good knowledge of fights going in, as well as kind of knowing. You just basically need to know the fight prior to going into it if you're going to be using this setup. This is a setup I used in drop 3 primarily. It has very low, learning curve to it, and what I would honestly suggest to most players who are new to the Esper class is to run this kind of build. So anyway, went on a tangent there, but sorry about that. Also, I guess I can also tell you that the Tier 4 Phantasmal Armor um, grants an additional interrupt armor and provides a buff to the target that you use it on, which is it reduces magic damage taken by 15%. So, pretty nice. Um, let's see. Next ability is called Pyrokinetic Flame. Now, what this does is you have to cast it on a target and land it, and providing it doesn't deflect, it creates a 10-meter field around that target, which does damage, AoE damage, as well as healing. So in a raid, your melee DPS will really love you for this ability. It's a good way to keep them up a little bit, provided they're taking, if they're taking damage, and as well as the Tier 4, which is allies healed gain an Empower, which increases assault and support power by 6% for 4 seconds. With the changes from drop 3 to drop 4, this ability is now instant cast when above 2 side points. So what that means is that essentially, you can keep this up 100% of the time. So anyway, I'm going to show you real quick what it does, and give you an idea. I'm going to pull up my character screen here so you can see my current support power is 2699, and when I cast the ability on this target, you'll see my support power and my assault power go up a little bit, as well as the healing and the damage to the target. So anyway, I'm also going to show you the mechanic of it being an instant cast when above 2 side points as well. So here we go. And bam. So I roughly went up, I don't know, about 200 support power just from using that ability. Get my side points back up, and there it is again. You saw the instant cast. Now, just in case you didn't, let me show you one more time. I'm at 4 side points, and there's no cast time. Bam. Right on the target. So, pretty nice ability, if I say so myself. Doesn't appear that there is a cap on this ability. It used to be 10 players can be affected by it, but now I'm seeing that any allies standing in it get that buff. So that's pretty nice. If your raid is stacked, you can give that buff to 19 other people. That is pretty freaking nice. So anyway, that covers Pyrokinetic Flame Tier 4. Very nice spell. Next spell is Fixation. Fixation is it reduces cooldowns. The tier 4 in this case reduces cooldowns by 60%, and it generates 3 side points. Also, what the tier 4 does, because that's just what the base does, is reduce cooldowns and generates 3 side points. The tier 4 allows you to use this cooldown to gain your focus back. It restores 10 focus every second for 12 seconds. Again, very, very, very nice ability. And it fits right in good to allow you to essentially get 2 reverends off in, I'd say, less than 5 seconds, which is a lot of healing. A good example would be like Phantasmal in GA there. When 2 bombs go off, it's a lot of health that gets knocked out real quick. But, if you use the sort of combo of Fixation or 2 bolsters Fixation to get to 5 side points, pop a Reverie, pop your Innate, use Soothe, either charge 2 or charge 3, and pop another Reverie off, and in no time you've done a lot of frickin' healing in a short amount of time. So yeah, that pretty much covers what I wanted to cover in this video. I guess, again, like I stated in my last video, the last 2 slots, I'll leave it up to you. I would highly suggest getting at least 1 interrupt, though. That being either Incapacitate or Crush. You could possibly use Shockwave as well, but those are your interrupts I would highly suggest for your 7th LAS slot. And the last one, you can move around to whatever you choose as well. It gives you some freedom. In my case, I have the movement ability, Projected Spirit, as well as, hey guys, what's up? Hey guildies, what's up? Oh god, they're circling me. What am I gonna do? It's a chew and a dragon. With a squirt cat on, gosh. These are my fabulous friends and guildies. Say hi to Code Technician and Haboozization. Yeah. Oops, I cheered at the right dummy. Oh well. Yeah, as I was saying, like, Projected Spirit is a movement ability. But if you felt that you needed a cleanse, then you go towards Catharsis. If you needed a CC break, you could flip out to Fade Out. You can use Restraint, say on like Omna's ads. That's a pretty good spell to use. And it's it allows you to root a target. Not too bad. Yeah, that's about it. I would highly discourage you from doing Geist because it builds threat and does damage. Two things that you, as a healer, you don't want, and Meditate, which basically restores focus. It's not really needed. Anyone who's healed on the Esper can tell you, like, it's not, focus is not a problem, ever. Hasn't been for a long time with us, so. Anyway, that covers build 2. I have one more that's going to come out I'm going to do one more after this video. Take a little short break because I've been recording constantly. Essentially it's going to be a Mirage build, for spoiler alert, for you guys. Yeah, thank you for tuning in, guys. Appreciate you stopping by. We'll see you again in a couple more minutes after I take a break. Give my voice a break. So, peace out. Thanks. Bye. You go bye-bye now. Say bye to Habu, who's sitting there very patiently watching. and learning. There he is. There's the PA. Yeah.